Do you ever feel like you do everything for your kids in an attempt to make them happy? Maybe they're raging, temper tantruming because they're just still so unhappy. Well, we're going to share the secrets of raising happy, confident, and motivated kids by playing the game of opposites. I'm Bonnie Liotta.
And I'm Thomas Liotta.
Yes, we're the authors of Raising Healthy, Happy, Cooperative Kids and Learn to Speak Kid. While the doctors and the therapists are doing the best they can with what they know, their focus is on symptoms and labels and sickness. And our intention is health and happiness from the inside out. I really believe that this is God-driven, and you're here not by chance or luck. You're here because you've been praying for an answer to help your children, and you found us. Positive discipline, like authoritative parenting, it's really not positive at all.
Nope.
And we're going to share with you why that is today as we go through the top 10 things that adults have been trained to do to cause their children to be unhappy. If you have a goal to raise happy, healthy, confident, motivated kids, and you believe in your heart that they can learn. While the whole world might be telling you that there's something wrong with your kids, we're here to tell you that they're absolutely perfectly perfect just the way they are. They have the ability to learn, focus, and self-control, and self-discipline, and respect. They have the ability to learn all of these characteristics just like you do. We're going to teach you the principles to find happiness from the inside out.
We're not here to tell you what you want to hear. We're here to tell you the truth. It's
Yeah.
like gravity. Gravity is a promise. It's not a threat. If you don't understand a relationship of friction, to hold on to a branch, and you didn't understand it, or you somehow slipped, you're going to fall. It's called a promise. Now, nobody here would say that gravity murdered me, but it's a promise that principles happen whether you understand them or not, like them or not. It's the truth. So we're going to pre-frame with you is that a lot of you are not going to like what we have to say.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a really good thing because your kids don't like what you have to say either. Think for just a moment that these little geniuses are not willing to comply and be dominated. What if they're the future leaders and we've been trained to do things in the opposite direction to let them rise up and they're just fighting for their life? If you can switch your eyes around to thinking like that, because if we change our approach, better known as the cause, we can create a new effect. There's nothing wrong with our kids. Maybe it's our approach, and that's something that we have control over to change.
Here are 10 things adults have been trained to do that steal happiness from children. Number 1 is,
well, we don't show them what to do. We tell them what to do. Like, who out there was told how to walk? How many times do you feel like a broken record? I told them 10 times. Maybe that's not the right approach because who likes to be told what to do ever?
You know what? I was cleaning my house one day and the window was open and the neighbors were, I think they were packing up to move or they were doing a job or whatever. And you could hear the little kid going, "Oh, well, what's my job?" And the parents said, "Your job is just to stay out of the way. Go over there and watch TV. We've got things to do." And I would never have picked this up if it wasn't for my training in creating champions for life, that little spirit would love to have a purpose. That little spirit would love to have something to do. And so when we're saying that we don't show them what to do, we don't give them a vision. Now, the Bible very clearly says that those without vision perish. So those with vision prosper. So anxiety a lot of the time is caused from the inside. And when you have anxiety, doesn't it make you feel like you want to scream? Like you're suffocating or like you're drowning inside this like pool of whatever. And so our children are counting on us. Your children are counting on you to share with them vision on how you do things, on how you make things show up even if they're not quite capable of doing the thing yet because they haven't practiced with life skills.
It's a sacred game called monkey see, monkey do. This little genius is seeing you big kids doing something. They're like, well, when do I get a turn? I want to start to mimic. And when we tell them, we sever that sacred relationship of monkey see, monkey do. That's what we've been trained to do as adults.
How much does this number one thing that we do that to cause our children unhappiness make sense to you? Please do share in the comments. Yes, show them, show them, show them, show them, show them. Because really, what is our role as a parent, Tom?
We have
Principle number one.
We have one prime directive. And those that are thinking, the hint is every single animal in our animal kingdom does it except for man because we were given free will. But it's to, right from birth, protect. That's neutral. It's to prepare them with all their life skills to launch out, not get them loot and things, but prepare them with roots and wings.
Right. We're not religious teachers, but we love God. So you don't have to believe what we believe, but we do know that we are spiritual beings living in a physical body. We do know that there are principles to live by. We do know that there are rules to the game of life. And what we're talking to you about here tonight are the principles that will bring you and your children authentic happiness. Aren't you happy when you have a vision? Aren't you happy when you can walk around going, look what I did? Number two is we tell our kids can't, don't, and won't when they ask for something.
Or that they're actually doing something on their own accord, like they're actually taking initiative. They're mimicking. They're starting to play follow the leader. And all of a sudden we come in guns a-blazing. You can't do that. You're too young. We don't do that here. You won't do that living under my roof. When we tell them can't, they're going to go, oh boy, I now know what to do. Don't do that.
Oh, stop running.
Oh boy, I know what to do.
Don't walk like that.
You see, we said when I first met Bonnie, we went to this swimming place and it had this big giant no. And it had a list of like, no jumping, no spitting, no splashing, no digga. And you're like, can I go in the water? I'm like, well, what can I do? When you're raised up in Cantville, there's no clear vision. It's just like, well, let me just keep going, and then I'll finally find the answer. There's 10 things that the adults have been trained to do to steal the happiness from our kids. So if you're always being told can't, don't, won't, well, how much of that licking off your red off the lollipop are you starting to experience?
There's a victim and a victor in each one of us. Just like a battery has a negative and a positive, so does your kid. And when the victim personality takes over, there's a little champion genius existing inside your child or inside your grandchild who is begging you to learn this, begging you to have some integrity, begging you to be proactive versus reactive, begging you to show them what to do, begging you to show them where can they run rather than don't run inside the house, stop that, can't, don't, won't. They're begging you, well, what can I do? Where can I run? If it's bad to run and jump and be a child, then that must mean that I'm bad. And if I'm bad, then why bother even trying? If I'm bad, what is the purpose for my life? If you've ever heard your 5 or 6-year-old say, I don't want to be alive, and the doctor says, oh, they just say that. No, they don't just say that. Because I remember when my oldest son, who just turned 26, told me at the age of 6, I wish I was dead. And I told the doctor, my son's telling me he wishes he was dead at bedtime. And the doctor just said, oh, he just heard that from somewhere. He doesn't even know what that means. I'm telling you, they mean it. Doesn't mean that they're going to go hang themselves tomorrow. It just means that their little spirit doesn't want to be alive right now. And I just wish that somebody had told me what we're sharing with you here tonight. This is gold. This is the future happy life of your child now and forever. Because if your child grows up and becomes 15, 16, 20, 25, 30, 35, thinking that there's something wrong with them, they will just believe that for the rest of their lives. And it's a lie. All right. Number 3, we do things for our children that they should be doing for themselves. What are some things that you're doing for your child right now that they could and should be doing for themselves? Do you put their toys away when they're done playing? Do you make their bed for them in the morning? Do you do their laundry? Do you cook all their meals? Are you the be all, do all, end all for your child? Share with me in the comments even just one thing that you do for your child that they could be doing for themselves.
God put me in a very special position to work with all the at-risk youth kids way before I met Bonnie in my after-school and all-day summer camp martial art program. I would have never believed it that kids that were still 8 years old had pull-up diapers. And I thought, wow, how does a kid get here? Mom was changing the diaper and never transferred the life skill, preparing or postponing. Become a recovered adult. See, people who sign up for the Learn to Speak Kid program, learn to speak kid, not speak dictating, bribing, overcompensating adult. But when you learn to speak kid, then you do for them at first so they can see it. But stop doing for and believe that they can learn. Of course, they're not going to do it right the first time. That's called Captain Obvious. Walk, ride a bike, drive a car. But do for just so they can see how it's done. It's so powerful, monkey see, monkey do. You don't even have to explain it. How many of us remembered where the cookies were when we watched mom put it into the jar on top of the thing? We're like, oh, so that's where they're at. She didn't tell me nothing. Do for so they can see how you do it and then they can mimic you.
Teach them the life skill and forget it. I remember one time I packed a sweater in my son's bag when we were going camping. I'm like, everybody pack their bags. And then I double checked the bag and added a sweater because I thought he might be cold. Do for. And we got camping. He was about 12 years old. And he was so upset. He was like, who put this extra sweater in my bag? Like, he was so upset. And I was just like, oh my God, I thought you might be cold. And what could it hurt to have an extra sweater? But he was just telling me that my actions told him that I didn't believe in him. And so this is really deep stuff. When we say steal authentic happiness from our kids, this is what we're talking about.
There's not one drug that man has manifested that can give you the exact same high. Man-made drugs are from the outside in. It's short term. But that authentic, genuine feeling of, oh, look what I just did all by myself is the best high from the inside out.
You know, if that's all you get from tonight is to look for opportunities for your child every single day to be going, yep, I did that by myself. That's life-changing for you right there. Okay, I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna let them do things for themselves. And then a week or two from now, you might remember one or two of these points because we are run. Every action we take, every thought we think, every way we react is all habitual. And this is why we have mentorship programs. We have a 90-day mentorship program. And then people that graduate from that, we have a 1-year program. We have clients that have done one-on-one coaching with us that are now going into 2, 3, 4 years because what we're teaching are principles and changing habits. What we teach you is easy. Your kid has a goal, let them do it themselves. It's easy. But it is the habits that we have that are the difficult things to change.
Happiness comes from when you put yourself out of a job.
Write that down on a sticky note.
Happiness
comes when we put
ourselves
out of a job.
Called do for. It's not duplicatable. There's no animal that does what you've been trained to do.
Not unless we're going to follow our kids to high school and college and go live with them with their wife so that you can cook and clean and do all their laundry and tell them what to do, which leads us into number 5. We dictate.
4 or 5? I'm thinking 4.
I'm sorry, we're number 4. Come on, little Timmy, it's time to get up. Come on, it's time to put your shoes on. You can dictate as nice as you possibly can. You don't have to go, come here, stop that. No, dictate is tell them what to do. That's steals their happiness.
You know, I can talk to a dog with tonality and it'll lick my face and it sounds like this. You little son of a gun, I'm going to put your head right through the wall because you just chewed up my $300 pumps. It sounds positive, but it's not positive at all. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a fake, false prophet. It violates God's law of actually preparing them.
We're playing the game of opposite.
Dictate
So
is easy.
dictate is
Ask questions.
Ask questions.
It's time to get up. Well, what you do is you ask questions the day before, and you're like, tomorrow's when you're going to get up. There's going to be a part of you that can do it all by yourself. There's going to be a part of you that can't do it at all. And then there's another part of you that probably doesn't even care to get up. But what's neat is tomorrow, do you want any help? Do you want to do it all by yourself? Do you want to know what you're made of? Do you want to actually practice and see that if you could get up all on your own? You remember that bike ride you wanted to go do with your friend? That was that goal. Well, we're going to practice a life skill called I can do it all by myself.
Oh my gosh.
And if I got up in the morning all by myself, well, who made that bike ride happen? Who created it?
I did.
Oh, I'm not saying you're ready for Learn to Speak Kid. I'm just saying you've been praying your whole life to learn to speak kid.
You know, we have 3 modules in our 1-year program, all on asking questions. It is a little bit of a rewiring, Rachel, right? You put rewiring, so I'm going to agree.
Oh, now let's give people what does this rewiring really feel like? Okay, so ready? On a count of 3. 3. Cross your arms, fold them. Now look at it and go, well, let's see. I'm a right over left. Bonnie, you're a left over right. Are you with me?
Yep.
Okay. You see, that's your dominant. If you're right over left, left over right, see if you can switch them around.
Well, what's more fun is if you take your arms out, if you switch it around, it might even be easy. But if you try to just do it the opposite way, I can't even figure out how to.
Okay.
I'm still doing it the same way I was doing it
switch it around.
Before. I'm stupid. Okay, there we go.
Okay, now did you hear that? I must be stupid. See, that's that self-talk. Now, that feeling, how'd you feel, Bonnie? Some, none, or a lot awkward?
Yeah, a little awkward.
A little or a lot?
A lot awkward.
Okay, now, that's the feeling of what it's going to be when you begin to learn to speak kid.
Yeah, we do the opposite of everything we've been doing for the last 100 years, which we're going to get opposite results. If we're getting results today of temper tantrums, meltdowns, anxiety, depression, oppositional, defiant disorder, then we're going to get the opposite, which is healthy, happy, cooperative, joyful, confident, motivated kids.
Can I tell the number 5 one? Okay. Our kids love to show off their greatness. It's called show and tell time, which somehow I think they banned that from schools these days. They don't even do it anymore. But back in the 70s, that was a big deal. You see, we got this one client who's been learning to speak kid for quite some time, and the mom's all excited and got the little camera on there, and little Carter's going down there, and he's like, I'm going to show you how I do anything all by myself. Right? And he's pushing the chair, got over there, and he's just going through the whole thing. I'm not saying adults have been trained to suck the life force off the kid, but they've been trained to. And what I mean by that is they jump right in and they start barking something like they go, okay, no. So what's the next step? Now, nobody in the audience says, hey, what's the next step to a performer? What I mean by this is that Carter turned around and said, stop talking. React by taking it personal. Right off the adult would go, excuse me? Stop. You don't tell me that. You don't talk to me that way. You took it personal. You see what Carter was talking about? He's like, look, do you believe I can learn? I sure do, says the mom. Well, the kids are very blatant. They'll just tell you. They don't know this tonality world experience.
Let me show you. I know what to do.
Because if you really believe that I could learn, you wouldn't say anything other than sit back and go, honey, check it out. We did for him so he could see how it was done. We did with, that's the follow the leader game. Now he's playing Simon Says with himself, and he's doing it all by himself. Now, if we had to get the duct tape, get the duct tape.
Oh my gosh.
And just say nothing. And then when they're all done showing, ta-da!
Most 4-year-olds are screaming, I don't like this, and throwing things and hitting and kicking and spitting. And he's like making his own cereal and cleaning up his mess, like putting the scissors away and putting the garbage away. Don't put your kids in a box. We got to stop labeling our kids. The future leaders of the world are being diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder today because they're the ones that are speaking up. They're the ones that are saying, stop talking. Let me do the things on my own. They're the ones that are saying, I don't want you to put me into a box. I don't want you to tell me who I'm going to be. I want to show you who I am. Your kids are like, if I can make these things show up on my own without you, I'd be way happier, which brings us to the next 6.
Well, what's against the law if I were to give a cop some money to not give me a ticket? Bribe. It's one of the top 10 things adults have been trained to do to steal happiness from kids. Of course, what kid wouldn't want a bike? So instead of making it his goal, you go get it for him. But wait a minute. Bonnie, tell me, what bribe does not come with strings attached?
It's a problem.
They all do.
When should I buy my kid a cell phone? And then, okay,
Buy
I
your
bought
kid a cell
my kid a
phone.
cell phone, but then I had to put like adult controllers on it. I have to take it away at night. I have to tell him when he can and can't be on the phone. I have to go through and check my kid's messages because he might be saying something inappropriate to a friend. We don't own our children. You don't own your teenager. They are a human being learning how to live in this world. Our only job is to prepare them for life. And remember, we pre-framed, you might not like everything we have to say here today. But what I'm hoping is that it makes sense and that you leave here tonight empowered, that you leave here tonight enlightened, that you leave here with 1 or 2 life-changing concepts or ideas, that you begin to say, oh my God, these people have something I've never heard from anybody else, and I'm all in, and I want to book a time with them, and I want to take a mentorship program, because ultimately, at the end of the day, the mentorship programs that we offer are the only way for you to create authentic change. If you could read a book and just do it yourself, they would just give you a book that you could learn to drive a car and you just go get your license. They wouldn't make you drive with another driver for a year before you can get your license. We're talking about raising tiny human beings who have thoughts and feelings and goals and desires. Little human beings who want to be seen by you. Little human beings who need to be validated by you. Little human beings who we only have for a very small window of time to breathe life into, to hopefully have an impact on their lives, to hopefully teach them the things that they need to know and be and do so they can go live a life without you. And that's the truth.
My goodness, I really wish Bonnie was as passionate about this as I am.
I'm pretty passionate.
Yes, you are.
Stop giving them anything at all. And when they go, I want a phone, you go, let me tell you how you can earn that. How do you earn a phone? You buy a kid a phone when they can actually pay for it by themselves, you guys. That's the answer. At what age do we buy them a TV in their room? When they can get a job and they have their own apartment and they can put a TV in the room is the answer. When should I buy them designer shoes? Well, when they are following a master plan and they can earn money on a weekly star chart, not an allowance. It's not up to you. We tell them yes or no. It's not up to you. When they're willing and ready to earn things on their own, they can have all of these wonderful things. All right, next one.
Here's
7.
number 7. Punishment.
Follow your little kid around and correct them when they do things inappropriately all day long, every day until they leave your house.
So let me get this straight. When this is when I first met Bonnie, I walked into Zach's room and I thought, oh, look, she owns stock in Toys R Us, because I thought they were storing half their inventory in this bedroom. When they don't do something that we like, you got to do whatever I say. Yeah, I mean, you know the game.
If you're watching and you've bought your kids something with strings attached, you've bought your kids something, you've taken them on a trip, you gave them a cell phone, you gave them something in expectation that they were going to cooperate or owe you something in return, share it in the comments. This isn't judging. We're working together as a global community. It's about awareness.
I've learned to speak adult. We take that from them thinking that, hey, I gave you something you never earned, and I'm going to take something away because I see something I don't like, negative. And somehow you're going to go, oh, I get it now. So, the opposite game of punishment, we got to go to the root. It's called behavior. That means they're doing something. And you're thinking that you're going to create positive by always minusing or dividing and taking away, called punishment, when in reality, behavior can be punished, but it also can be guided. You see, instead of giving them something, you guide them of, watch me, I'll show you exactly how I do it so you can follow. And then that way, if I choose to lose something, I did it also. You want to guide their behavior to independence versus thinking punishment is going to help them comply. It's on the opposite side of the spectrum. And that's number 7.
Oh my, this is so awesome. I wish we could get into it deeper, but we got about 10 minutes left. Okay, now we imprint on our children who we think they should be. And it doesn't start at the age of 12. It actually starts when the baby's born. I've actually seen my daughter with her daughter, who's now 11 months old, try to get her to be the way she wants her to be. So when I take Harley Faith out of the crib and go to change a diaper, I don't just grab her and throw her down and take the diaper and she's screaming and try to roll all over the place. I wait, number one, till she's ready. I have a little bit of conversation and I'm like, hey, you want to play with something? You want something to do? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want a shoe? Until she takes something and she's got a big smile on her face and then she lets me change her diaper, no problem. I've learned through creating Champions for Life to allow my children to be who they are going to be. And I've learned 100% to just love them anyways. The more we come in as adults and we imprint on them who we think they should be, the more they're going to kind of push back against that. So what we're sharing here is a little counterintuitive, but when you follow the principles of what we're talking about here, the principles of creating champions for life, 99.9999% of the time, these children make better decisions. They make more positive decisions. They make more healthier decisions. They choose life when you give them the truth and you let them show you what they're capable of. They'll show you how healthy they can be. All right, number 9, we protect them versus prepare them. We wrap them in bubble wrap. We don't allow them to do things. We don't allow our 11-month-old babies on the stairs for fear they're going to fall down the stairs. Well, with Creating Champions for Life, Tom taught her how to go up and down the stairs, how to put her feet first. Like I said, I'll share a video, and she just goes up and down the stairs all day long. She can hang onto the rails and walk up and down. She knows to swing her little butt around and put her feet down. Are we with her? Of course, because we're there.
We're still in the do with
We're still in the
phase.
do with stage, but I'm telling you, if you touch her, she will not like that. She wants to show off her little greatness at 11 months old. And whether you have a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 51-year-old, we still want to show off our greatness to our parents.
The adults have been trained to postpone the inevitable, which means every animal that bears offspring leaves the nest. Big Kid Trusted Advisors prime directive: know your role as a parent is to prepare for the inevitable. The fire's coming. The question is when did you do your training? Before, during, or after? This brings us to number 10.
Number 10 is control,
which is an illusion. The genius spirit cannot be controlled. It is either punished or guided. The adult thinks that you can control them. I won't let you hit. Yeah. Good luck with that. I won't let you leave the house. You'll be sleeping soon, Mom, and then I'll go then. When you learn to know your prime directive is to prepare them, I guarantee you everything else systematically falls right back into place. And these are the 3 common side effects when you learn to speak, kid. Healing of everything that we were taught wrong happens automatically. Uniting, that sacred bond from mother to daughter, father to son, automatically comes together like the best zipper that locks. And the 3rd common side effect is called empowerment. Look what I can do all by myself.
What kind of parent are you going to choose to be moving forward? Do you want to be one to breathe life into your little genius offspring so that they can be authentically happy, confident, motivated, self-controlled, have self-discipline, know how to focus, believe in themselves to win at whatever they choose to do in life? Or do we want to be this authoritative control, imprint on them, constantly tell them what they can't do, dictate to them, don't show them anything of how anything is done or how anything shows up? Do we want to keep reacting and taking things personally and come over with some sort of punishment? Do we want to be there, everything, buy them everything, and then take it away when they do something that we don't like? What kind of parent do you choose to be? And if you choose to be a creating champions for life parent, then reach out to us. We're at the forefront of a global movement of world-class, innovative parents who are willing to rise up for the sake of their children's happiness, for the sake of their family. We're here for you if you've been praying for an answer. This is the answer to your prayer. We have something bigger than ourselves. We have a message that we're willing to die for. Share in the comments what was your biggest takeaway from today.
Until we meet again, here's to your parenting success.